Hello everybody, my name is Voyadex, welcome back to another Roblox video. In today's video, I'm doing another hotel review. I'm here in Skegness, United Kingdom, reviewing the Big Blue Hotel. This was kindly asked by the management team and the owner himself to do a review on his brand new Big Blue Hotel. Now, this was the owner of the old Premier Inn, if anyone remembers, back in a couple of months ago. And of course, you had to change the name to Premium Inn, which of course had to change again to Big Blue Hotels. I'm looking forward to this hotel. It has been out for quite some time. There have been some changes since I last visited, because I was going to try and do a review, but sadly, if you can tell by my voice, I was ill, and I was kind of a little busy at the moment because people were asking me to do the flight reviews and of course other hotel reviews like Travelodge and Holiday Inn. So I'm now here doing the Big Blue Hotel since it was next on my list. So let's go check it out. As we move forward to the hotel, I just want to explain as well, I forgot to say, is that when we do these hotel reviews, I will not watch these hotel reviews full. So what I usually do is talk about the exterior of the hotel, then I go into the interior, talk about the interior a little bit, then head up to my room, give it a good room review, and then of course do a bit of food review if I can, if possible, and then I give my final verdict on the hotel itself. So anyway, moving on to the exterior part of the hotel. What is going up there? Why is it all rusty? What's going up there, guys? I think there's a bit of an issue there, but I don't think that's meant to be rusty. But anyway, we're going to ignore that for just a moment in time. So anyway, when I was walking into the little period, I gotta say, it's really nice to be fair, and I'm actually looking forward to any summertime events, because I've got a beach here, so I'm hoping in the future they will add like summer, accessories like, sand castles and stuff like that. So that'd be really awesome to see. And we've got a bit of a nature as well. We've got the trees here, we've got some bushes, we've got some, flowers here. So they've put in a lot of good detail, to be fair, with the exterior and the scenic, the scenic around the hotel. So I gotta say, they've done a really awesome job here. And with the cars as well, the situation, I want to mention as well, like when I've been to like the airports or hotels, they've always had like the same cars and have to copy and paste it everywhere into different parking spots. But with the hotel here, they've added, the different sort of cars in the mesh pack, so which is really awesome to see. So moving forward, we have got the Spud Bros and of course the Spudman, that Spud Bros. If anyone knows from TikTok or YouTube, they sort of blew up from doing their lives, of course serving potatoes to lovely customers. So big shout out to them too, and of course we've got donations here, so you guys can join the game and give them a bit of a donation if you like. So moving around the hotel, just before I do head on inside, that is a KFC here. Whether that'll become an actual building or not, I'm unsure, because the owner does own a KFC on Roblox. And we've got a bowling place and of course a amusement, or arcades for you guys not living in the UK. So it is coming soon, so hopefully in the future they do add like bowling, like bowling lanes, stuff like that, and of course arcade games here. They'd be really awesome to see, and they are doing a lot of good development work around the hotel itself. And of course we've got some random buildings here, just add a bit of scenic around the hotel. So onwards with the hotel, I got to say, I'm not sure why it's rusty. I think they're just doing a fire drill or something, so I'm not really sure why that's all rusted on the top, but that's a bit of a pool party sort of situation, but hopefully that goes away just before I head up on the top floor of the hotel just to check it out myself. But talking about the exterior, so during the night they do have these lovely lighting. I gotta say that I love the blue here, it actually was really cool. And of course the glowing neon here with the letters saying Cookhouse Pub here, and of course they got the lighting upwards here. The blue is really fitting, so this is actually a realistic building. So if you guys searching Premier Inn Skegness, this is actually a real building, not minus the pool party thing on the top of the hotel. That's not realistic, but the building itself is realistic, so they've done a really awesome job, to be fair. So a massive shout out to the developers on that, on the hotel. So I think that's really everything I've got to talk about the exterior. Actually, they've done a really good job of it, to be fair. I really like this, the scenery. To be fair, this is probably the best scenery I've seen so far compared to the Holiday Inn I recently just done, which you guys can watch at the end of this video. So anyway, what we're going to do is head on inside, talk about the interior, a little bit of the hotel, and then of course move to my room, give it a food review, and then give my final verdict. So let's go. So moving on into the interior of the hotel. So if anyone's not been to Skegness or you've been to Skegness before, Skegness is sort of like United Kingdom coastline town sort of thing. So this is why the wheel is here, so that's kind of fitting. I'm not sure if that's there in real life or not. I'm not really sure, but shout out to developers for adding that in, because it is quite fitting with it being a coastline town. So moving onwards into reception or lobby, whatever you guys want to call it. We have got the reception desk over there. We've got a welcome desk here, so if anyone's got any complaints or if you're new to the hotel or any questions, there will be somebody here to hopefully solve your issues and answer your questions. I like the neon sign here as well. It's, great to see you. I kind of like the neon sign. That's just really awesome. And I like the spotlights and the lighting as well. I gotta say, it's a really good vibe going on here in the reception, and it's sort of better than it was last time. If anyone remembers, just before the development update, it was kind of bare. but now they've added a lot of good detail into it. I gotta say, they've done a really good job of it, and I kind of like the vibe going on with the lighting in the hotel itself. So we're going to walk away around the reception, then head into the restaurant, and then head up into my room. So first things first, the self-check-ins. So there's only 2 rooms you guys can select. It's the Queen family room and of course the standard suite. There's no premium suites at the moment, so hopefully in the future Big Blue will add premium suites into the hotel in the near future. So they have got the self-check-ins here, so if you guys don't feel social interactive or the reception is busy, you guys can just use the self-check-ins here. They are free to use, you don't need to pay any access or anything. You know, you guys can literally click on it and of course select a standard suite or a Queen family, or hopefully in the future a premium suite room if you guys can purchase the premium suite access. So that's there for you guys if you guys, if you don't feel social interest and the reception is busy. And moving along, we have got a model of the hotel. I'm not sure why the figures are around the hotel. There are going to be a lot of figures dotted around the hotel. I'm going to make that aware straight away. We've got another model of the hotel here. We've got Cliff, the boat, and the owner. I like the flower here going on, the situation here going on. And of course, the underglow as well is really awesome to see. And the Cliff, for some reason, this is giving me the vibe. I know I was watching the Disney film Up. I don't really know why, but it's sort of giving me the vibe of the owner of the boat. Instead, I'm not really sure why, to be honest. And I want to point out as well that this is the only table with flowers and jar, and I'm not really sure what the situation is going on here. I'm not sure why it's the only table with flower and jars, and of course this is the only table with a figure on it. I'm kind of confused of what that is. And of course I want to point out as well the detail of the mats. So this is a sort of a wooden floor, and the mats here, so the chairs and tables don't damage the wooden floor. So I've got to give a shout out for that, for adding that little good sort of detail to it. So moving on to reception, we have got a floating flower pot. I'm not sure why. I know somebody in the comments will probably point that out, but we have got a floating power pot. And we've got a curve, really nice curve reception desk. There's only two computers. So if it does get busy, you have got the self-check-in option, but there are people here in reception. So if you guys got any questions or want to check in or check out, there will be somebody here to do that for you. And of course they got the rooms here, so it will say like green for green rooms available or red is not available. It's not like the Holiday Inn video, which you guys can watch at the end of this video, where it has like the option of housekeeping and stuff like that. It's not there on this one. It's just the standard sort of select your room sort of thing. So I gotta say the reception, they've done a really good job of it, to be fair. I've even got a picture of Skedness here, so shout out to my people in Skedness if you're watching this video today, or whenever you guys watch this video. But moving along here, we have got the security desk. Of any issues or exploiters, the security are here 24/7, but they're not here at the moment because I'm the only one in the server. But there are going to be admins around here, like senior management and security around the hotel, so any issues, go to them or use the admin command help. So anyway, moving on into the restaurant. So moving on into the restaurant area, they have updated this a lot. So if anyone remembers the the wall here, that was like a lot of glass windows and of course long tables where the bar and kitchen is now. And I gotta say the bar itself actually was really awesome. I like the glow here around the bar. There are bar stools as well, so if you guys just order a drink, you can just take a seat at the bar here. And of course they've added a lot more tables and chairs. So if I want to make my way around the restaurant area, it actually looks really good. I want to point out as well the accessories as well. They've done a really good job with this. So the accessories, they've added like the menu cards here. It'd be really cool in the future if you can just click on it and just open myself up to a menu, which would be really awesome to see. We've got the salt and pepper shakes, and of course the ketchup and mustard sachets, and they've added the little details of the knife forks with the napkins, and of course with the menus, of course, in the middle of the tables, which is actually really awesome to see. And I kind of like the lighting as well. It's very fitting as well for the restaurant or bar vibe, if you get what I mean. It's actually quite fitting as well with the steam engine picture as well, which is really awesome to see. I am going to open this door, and I will shut it for you guys. Oh, there we go. I will shut it for you guys that are staff members. I'm just taking a little look, and the kitchen area is looks kind of cool, to be fair. It's really nice. And of course we've got the plates here and stuff like that, so if anyone's working at the bar, you have got the kitchen there, so you guys don't have to walk all the way around to the other kitchen, which I will be doing in just a moment. So walking around the restaurant, you've got the little accessories and stuff like that. I want to just sit on this high chair here and zoom into this menu. You can actually have like that little detail as well, which I'm going to point out, where you can actually see soup of the day, which is actually really good to see like little writing and stuff like that added to the game. We've got some power sockets here, so if you guys are role playing, like if you want to charge your phone, your iPad, or your laptops and role playing, you can just do that just there. We've got some more booths here, so if you like a group of friends or your family, you can just take a seat here. And of course there is a exit door here, so you can spawn just here if you guys are just new to the game. You can spawn in and you just make your way through the restaurant into the reception. So moving along, this was the old sort of like little restaurant seating area. It's now just changed into just a basic seating area here. Nothing really new to it or anything like that. I kind of like the lighting going on here. It's like a like step lighting, if you see what I mean. It's like steps. It's actually really good, to be fair. Actually really cool, to be honest. And then moving along, here's a self-service. So hopefully in the future they do add a lot of detail to it. So basically, when I came over here before, it just says insert code, but it doesn't really work at the moment, so hopefully in the future they do add that in. So hopefully developers watching this, you can fix this area here, because I was very desperate for a coffee. Then moving along, if anyone remembers from the Travelodge video, you know, I could pick myself up my own buffet, what I can add to my plate. So they are thinking of doing this here at Big Blue, so hopefully in the future they do add this feature in. And any staff members watching this, you do have the kitchen area, which is basically the same. Nothing's changed, because I do sort of remember seeing it inside the kitchen area just before the updates. So I gotta say, the restaurant area, they've done a really awesome job. The one thing I want to say as well, these lights here, no, I kind of like it. It's sort of a good vibe to it. You know, the hotel, it actually fits right in with the colour coordination as well. It actually really fitting. So I gotta say, I'm very impressed with the restaurant. So I gotta say, developers, you've done a really awesome job with the updates down here, you know, in the restaurant area and of course the reception. So anyway, I'm gonna move up into my room and then give it a good review, hopefully, and then try and figure out the food situation, because it's only me on the server. But I'd probably have to skip that part, so I do apologise for that. But hopefully I can try and like sort of click onto the food. But anyway, I'm going to head up to my room and give it a review. So just before I head up to my room, because I was going to record myself outside the room, but I want to point out as well, is that the seating areas here, like there are seating areas around, like when you go up the stairs, there are seating areas there. It's actually really awesome to see. I might try to do my final review here. You know, it's actually really cool to see things like this as well. I got to say, they've done a really awesome job of it. They've added a detail here, but if there's a press for help for, you know, emergency help if anyone's like, you know, in a wheelchair or crutches and stuff like that. You know, there are press help here. It also, the hotel has got the option here for helping anyone that is got any disabilities. I want to point out as well, it's not really much fire, you know, like equipment around, you know, like signs or anything, you know, like where the nearest exit is and stuff like that. You know, it'd be really awesome to see that little detail. So anyway, moving into the corridor, so I'm going to shut this door here behind me, because there's a fire door. So that's the only detail they got, is fire door keeps shut, sort of thing. But anyway, as I headed up, my room is literally just here, which is actually really cool to see. But moving along the corridor, I gotta say, I like this little lighting, like the square lighting here. That's just really awesome. And yet again, the lights here, which I did mention in the restaurant, here again, actually really cool. And I want to point out as well the colour coordination going on. It's actually really awesome. The lighting's actually really cool. I kind of like the lighting going on here. We have got the lifts, which are, you know, rusted from the weird thing they'll do. I think they're doing like a fire training drill, to be fair. So yeah, but we're gonna ignore that. So anyway, moving on to the room. So here's my room 108. I did check into from a lovely member of staff. I think the guy was called Morgan. I did check in with him, who just gave me a selected random room, and of course I got room 108. So let's go and check out my room. And just before I head to my room, I want to point out all the carpet textures, which I forgot to mention. The carpets, that I've actually got carpets, which is awesome to see. I didn't really notice that before. And I want to point out all the key card as well is not the basic one, which I did mention the Holiday Inn. It has got the room number, and of course it got the colour for the Big Blue, and of course the logo just faded in the background there of room number that you guys will have. So anyway, let's open my door for room 108, and as soon as I walk in, I kind of, wow, I'm actually quite impressed. I actually kind of like it. I've got like the air conditioning in there, we've got some lights here, we've even got the room management, so you guys can put it on private mode so no one can join. You can also manage your roommates, and of course the do not disturb option is there, because if I just open my door here, it has got the okay, I am very impressed. I was going to say it has got the red one, it has actually got the blue one to match with the logo of the hotel. I'm actually really awesome. It's really awesome to see. I'm actually quite impressed to see that. It's actually really cool. Anyway, before we move on to the room, we have got the little wardrobe situation here. We've got the pillows here for, you know, the accessories. We've got the coat hangers so you guys can hang up your jackets or coats. There isn't any like spare duvets or anything like that, or a hairdryer or anything like that. I think it might be in the bathroom. I will have to check the bathroom out in just a moment. I gotta say here, the light's actually quite fitting as well. It'd be really nice to see a mirror here, to be fair, with the light there. It's actually really awesome to see. So moving along, like again, we've got the air conditioning, we've got a lovely painting. I think that's the mirror. I think these two there are the mirror. We've got a TV, which doesn't turn on, sadly. But like, again, I do mention these hotel reviews that I really wish they had that feature where you can click on the TV that says like, oh, welcome to Big Blue Hotel Skegness, you know, any issues, call reception. And of course, at that feature, if anyone remembers on the Holiday Inn video, it does have the option where you have like the images, the music, and of course the TV shows. Hopefully in the future they do add that in. So moving on, we have got an awesome little underglow here. Well, not really an underglow, it's really, well, but I don't really want to call it, but it's a top glow. I'm going to call it top glowing for the sake of the video. I kind of like the vibe going on here. We've even got some shelves here, so if you want to put your phone and stuff like that. The one thing I am going to mention, yes, I will mention it. I will mention this a lot. Like, where is the kettle and you know, the Yorkshire tea bags and the cups and the coffee? Where is it? Oh, Big Blue, you've disappointed me, man. Where is the where's these little accessories? I've been to every hotel in Roblox. This is the only hotel so far that's not added this in. You guys really add this in. So developers, add that in, guys. Hear me out, yeah. So looking outside my window, you've got a good view of KFC. We've got some trees, to be fair. We're not going to argue with that. We've got some trees. We've got some little lighting going on here, which I did mention from the exterior clip just earlier in the video. And of course, the bed here, we've got some power sockets, so if you guys want to charge your phone, your iPads, or your laptops are here. I like the wallpaper. The wallpaper is quite fitting here. You know, you got the wallpaper there, and then of course you got a red ceiling there, which looks really cool, to be fair. And you got the spotlights as well, looks really awesome too. And we have got the beds, you know, we keep the blue with the logo and everything, with the image of the hotel. And I think, pretty sure if I just hold my E button here, I can just full on sleep on the bed, which is actually really cool to see. I'm not like sitting on it or sitting upwards or anything like that. I can just sleep just here, which is really cool to see. And of course, thankfully, somebody in the comments did mention that this is a runner on the bed. Finally, the argument has been settled. It is just the runner. It's not anything else called that. It's literally just called the runner on the bed. Thankfully, we've found out what it is. And of course, the bed itself actually was really cool. I kind of like the bed. It's actually really nice to see. And the room itself, actually, it's got a lot of space to it. I really wish I had like some chairs or table here. And of course, the accessories are missing, so hopefully in the future they do add that in. So anyway, let's move on into the bathroom. So moving into the bathroom, just before I go in, I was reading the bug report that a load of people complain that the bathroom doors in the rooms don't open. But when I last read the bug report, it did say the doors now do open. So if I just click on the door handle here, it should just open the bathroom, and yes, it does. Thank the Lord, it does. So anyway, as we move into the bathroom actually was really nice. So I'm quite impressed. It actually was very modern compared to some of the bathrooms I've seen on these hotel reviews, to be fair. You know, like the developers of, you know, making these bathrooms and rooms actually do put a lot of good effort into it. So shout out to you guys, especially the former developers as well. You know, shout out to you guys as well. I know some former developers were messaging me as well that they worked on the hotel. And of course, I understand there was a staff reform. This is sort of like a little message. I am aware there was a staff reform and stuff like that. There were very unhappy people. I do understand that, but the video is only meant for entertainment purposes only. So anyway, continue on with the bathroom situation. I like the textures as well. The texture on the walls are really awesome to see. We've even got a sink here. We've got, you know, water doesn't really run from it. That's a bit of a shame to see, because I don't remember some of the premiere video the water did work. And I can't complain too much, because I gotta say, it actually kind of looks like an accurate hotel UK bathroom, to be fair. We've got some toilet paper here, we've got the towel racks. It would be cool to see some towels here in the near future. And we've got a toilet here. I'm not really sure if it flushes or not. Can I sit on it? No, I can't sit on it, so I'm sorry for disappointing you guys on that situation. We've got a mirror here, we've got the lighting, spotlights again. You know, it's really awesome. It's really cozy. I've got to say, the room's actually really cozy. And the bathroom's got a really good vibe to it as well. So moving on with the shower, we've got the glass protector here, so no stop from any water going on the floor, so anyone housekeeping has to mop it up afterwards or anything like that. But the shower head is, I don't know where the shower head is, it's sort of disappeared. I'm not really sure why. I think that's just from the developers, but I'm just going to, you know, for example, I'm just going to say the shower head's here or something like that. And we have got, you know, it's a walk-in shower. And I'm pretty sure someone would probably say in the comments, is it heated? Is like the shower floor heated? It probably is, to be honest with you. But yeah, actually really cool. It would be really nice to see the shower head here. You know, like a rainfall shower, if anyone knows what I mean, or even just the basic shower here. It'd be really awesome to see. So you even got a lot of room as well in the shower, like, you know, like the shower walk in here. You know, you can just walk straight in and out. It's not like a bathtub or anything, where most Premier Inns or travel lodges or holiday inns I've visited are all just showers. I know some people say like the bathrooms is all like showers and no baths or anything like that, which I can sort of understand, but I can also understand that not many people would prefer a bath over a shower. So you guys can argue that in the comments if you guys do prefer a bath over a shower. But anyway, the bathroom itself is really spacious, to be fair. I gotta say, it's really spacious. Especially, I'm more amazed about the shower. Like, the shower looks really modern, to be fair. I'm actually quite impressed with the shower. And of course the textures as well, like tile textures as well. The bathroom, they've added a lot of good detail to it. So shout out to you guys for doing this. It's actually really awesome to see. So anyway, moving on with the food situation, I managed to grab myself some egg on toast. But sitting at the restaurant, it's actually a really good vibe, especially sitting here. You've actually got a good view of the whole restaurant, and of course the lighting's really fitting, and of course you got the scenery, which is actually really cool if you sit at one of these booths or in the tables down there. But anyway, this is the only item I could grab was egg and toast. I got to say, the food is, it's actually quite detailed, to be fair. To be honest, actually was really good. I like the detail of the toast and the egg as well. It's actually really good. I like the steam going off it as well, you know, to show that it's hot, and of course it's on the plate, which is actually really cool to see. But when staff are on the server, you can go up to the bar, you know, order, and of course a waitress would come over and give you your food, and of course your drink as well. So I gotta say, the restaurant itself and the food is actually quite good. It would be nice in the future to see, be able to click on these menus here and then open up the menus and see what's on, in the kitchen, and having to ask a member of staff what's on the menu and stuff like that. So hopefully in the future they do add that in. So anyway, I'm gonna dig into this egg on toast, go to the top floor because I know you guys would probably want to see the top floor with the pool and stuff, and then of course I'll give my final review. So I'll see you guys on the top floor. So moving on to the final review, I just want to say one thing that unfortunately I couldn't go onto the roof because there's an invisible barrier there, so I'm assuming that's only for events only, but you guys can see on your screens that there is I've taken a screenshot off the top floor, and I gotta say they've got a pool, they've got a hot tub, they've got some sun lounges, and of course they've got some volleyball in the left hand corner. So hopefully, when I do come back, I will be able to go on the top floor and see what it's like on the top floor. So anyway, moving on to the final review of Big Blue Hotel here in Skegness. I gotta say the hotel itself is actually really awesome. I gotta say the lighting and the whole colour coordination going on, the the neon stuff, like the underglows, the top glows, or whatever you want to call it. It's actually a really good vibe, and I feel kind of welcomed and cozy. The accessories around the hotel, like in the reception, and of course the restaurant, they've added a lot of good detail to it, so I'm quite impressed with that. And of course with these little stair areas, you got like the seating, like the furniture, like the couch and stuff like that. It's really fitting and stuff like that. The room itself, I'll say, is sort of good but basic at the same time, with the missing accessories and stuff like that, the shower head not being there as well. It'd be really cool to see those little details, and hopefully in the near future with the development going on with the Big Blue Hotel, because I know there are a lot of development work going on at the moment as we speak, or when you guys do watch this video. So I do recommend trying these guys out. It's a really good, I gotta say, it's a good hotel. It's, I can't really say anything's wrong with it, but that's really what I've got to say to it. So I hope you guys did enjoy this hotel review. And make sure to like, comment and subscribe, turn on bell notifications because you'll be notified every time we upload. And if you do that, I'll be very much appreciated. So see you guys soon and have a good day.